Ahlan wa sahlan, dear listeners, and welcome to the special UAE Cultural Podcast, where we speak not just about the region, but about the rhythm behind the culture. I'm your host, Youssef El Sharif, Egyptian by roots, Arab in heart, and always curious how people truly belong across borders. Today's guest is one of those rare voices who didn't come to the UAE to explain. She came to observe, and what she observed became a story. What she learned became a bridge, and what she lived became a book. She's a best-selling author, emotional intelligence researcher, and known to many as simply Doctora Maria min ألمانيا. Her audiobook, The Emirates Code, is more than a cultural guide. It's a warm, thoughtful, and often humorous map to understanding a society that leads with values. Dr. Birgit Maria Kemphues, welcome.
Thank you for such a generous introduction. Dear Youssef, after the award ceremonies at the International Abu Dhabi Book Fair, you have asked me why I create this kind of special audiobook, and I replied, just wait, I will explain it in the podcast. So here is my very short answer. I never planned to write the Emirates Code. It wasn't a project, it was a response to conversations, to gestures, to moments that left an imprint. At some point, people began to say to me, "You understand?" And I took that seriously, not as a compliment, but as a responsibility. Because the truth is, understanding a culture doesn't come from reading about it. It comes from being quiet in the right moments and asking questions in the right way.
What was one of those moments that stayed with you?
There are many, but one I'll never forget. An evening in Al Ain. The Majlis was quiet. People sat in slow rhythm. No one interrupted. Then an elder looked at me gently and said, "Who doesn't understand silence doesn't understand culture." And I thought, this isn't just beautiful, it's true.
And that line made it into your audiobook?
Indeed, it became the backbone of it. You see, many people arrive in the UAE asking, what should I do? What should I avoid? But the deeper question is, how can I connect without forcing my own rhythm onto this space? The Emirates Code is not about control. It's about cultural intelligence, which I define as the ability to feel what doesn't need to be said. It's about knowing that sometimes the most respectful thing you can offer is your presence, not your performance. That's what I wanted the book to be. Not a list of rules, but a series of shared discoveries.
You often speak about the difference between arriving and adapting. What's the difference?
Arriving is landing physically. Adapting is listening emotionally. I've seen brilliant professionals arrive with big ideas, fast plans, and digital confidence, but fail to read the room. In contrast, I've seen someone, just by saying, "Ana أتعلم," I'm learning, build trust that took others years. The moment you show humility, you become visible in a different way. It's not weakness, it's wisdom. As one of my Emirati neighbors once said to me, respect is not asked for, it's given. And that's the magic of this place.
So much is invisible, yet essential.
Exactly. And the Emirates Code was my way of giving shape and voice to what is usually only felt, so that people don't just navigate the UAE. They belong here. They grow here. They thrive.
What do you hope listeners will take away from the audiobook?
I hope they walk away feeling more attuned, less afraid of making a mistake, and more curious about asking better questions. I want them to smile at the small details, the way coffee is poured, the way someone says inshallah, not to delay, but to align, the way children are raised to greet every adult with a hand on the heart and a respectful glance. If listeners can start to feel those things, not just know them, then the Emirates Code has done its work.
And it truly has. Dr. Maria, you didn't just write a book. You wrote a voice into a culture, and let that voice speak with kindness. To our listeners, if you want to understand the UAE not as a tourist, but as a thoughtful guest, go listen to the Emirates Code. It's available on Amazon, and you can also visit her website, www.kemphues.com. That's KEMPHUES.com. This was the special UAE Cultural Podcast with me, Youssef El Sharif, and our guest, Dr. Birgit Maria Kemphues. The audio ends here. Ma'a salama, and inshallah, we'll meet again soon.